हेलो, हेलो। ओके, लेट्स स्टार्ट। हेलो, आवाज आ रही है? प्रॉपरली डन। चलो, लाइव स्ट्रीम स्टार्ट करने वाला हूँ मैं। तो चलिए शुरू करते हैं। तो हम लोग स्टार्ट करेंगे यहाँ से, जहाँ से सब कुछ स्टार्ट होने वाला है। तो कमेंट सेक्शन में क्या चलेगा, मुझे कुछ भी नहीं दिखेगा। ठीक है, मैं मेरे यहाँ पर फेस दिखेगा मेरा, और लाइव स्ट्रीम दिखेगा। ठीक है, चलिए शुरू करते हैं। इसका क्वालिटी वगैरह कुछ चेंज कर सकते हैं क्या? ऑटोमेटिक, अच्छा। 720 पिक्सल पे ऑटो भी रख देता हूँ। ये कौन सी वीडियो चल रही है भाई? ये नहीं देखना है ना अपने को, लाइव स्ट्रीम देखना है। अच्छा, यही है।
Warned. Let's
लाइव
briefly
स्ट्रीम
go
देखना है,
over the
रखते हैं इस
update,
पे।
shall we?
ओके, तो इसका ईयरफोन लगा लेता हूँ, आप लोगों को भी साउंड आएगा लाइव स्ट्रीम का, आप लोग भी एंजॉय कर सकते हो। मेरा ऑडियो आ रहा है ना सही से, प्रॉपरली? कम ज्यादा आ रहा हो तो मेरे को बता देना पहले ही। हाँ, क्या चल रहा है यहाँ पर बालकों? मेरा ऑडियो आ रहा है ना सही से? हाँ, आ रहा है, आ रहा है। कम ज्यादा आ रहा हो तो मेरे को बता देना।
Greetings, agents. This is your community manager,
आ
3RL.
रहा है, सही आ रहा है।
Happy New Year to everybody. Woo! What's that? Boop, 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 boop. Breaking news. The powerful mutant villain,
ओके,
Goblin Queen, is said to be recreating reality as she pleases.
ओके।
As a clone of Jean Grey,
आ रहा है, सही आ रहा
the powerful mutant villain Goblin Queen possesses an incredible power to alter the future in reality itself. Agents, now be careful not to be swept away by the twisted future she is creating. Well, now that you've been warned, let's briefly go over the update, shall we? First up, as you may have guessed, the theme of the January update is centered around the powerful mutant villain Goblin Queen. Furthermore, as always, please update. Let's dive in. Let's go ahead and introduce the details.
है। ओके,
Alrighty, let's go ahead and introduce the details of the highly anticipated new epic quests. I hear that many of our agents have been looking forward to this. Let's go ahead and jump into it, shall we? The story begins.
ओके। केबल का
Alrighty.
एपिक कॉस्ट, यहाँ
I get
पर
some
मैं
of this
केबल का
action
बीच
to
में आया
play
हुआ है।
here. In particular, at the center of this story, a
Okay.
happy ending. Find out by participating in the. Gonna go ahead and
अच्छा,
start
ये
here.
एपिक कॉस्ट है। ओके,
The epic quest consists of a total of
इसमें
55 quests featuring.
रुको रुको जरा सबर करो, रुको जरा सबर करो। यहाँ पर मैं जो हैवक का कैरेक्टर है, हैवक को कैरेक्टर को यहाँ पर इसमें एज अ हीरो के तौर पे डाला गया है। ओके, ये रिचर्ड समर्स है, ये होप समर्स है, दोनों आपस में बहन लग रही है। ठीक है, चलता है, आगे देखते हैं।
Epic quest exclusive heroes like Havoc. You can just acquire him real quick here.
पानी की बोतल लाना भूल गया।
You can also get the deluxe hero Hope Summers.
ओके, हैवक टियर 3 है।
Skip that.
उसके बाद में 7,000।
As you can see,
ये
got
एक
lots of
मिनट है।
quests here. The deluxe hero, Hope Summers. Two. Righty. Exodus, who can be acquired through the dimension shift. And lastly, we have
अरे मुयरा मुय्या मोरी, केबल को डाल दिया इसमें टीयर 2, साइक्लॉप को डाल दिया टीयर 2, और ओमेगा को डाल दिया टीयर 2। ओ हो, एक्सोडस, हैवॉक और रचर समर्स। अब मान लो जिनके पास में रचर समर्स नहीं है, उनके लिए तो ये पूरा महंगा पड़ा ना। रचर समर्स फ्री में कहाँ मिलेगी? डिमेंशन मिशन में मिल सकते फ्री में, यहाँ तो ऐसे तो मिलेगी नहीं। और ये होप समर का कैरेक्टर, ये भी फ्री में होना चाहिए। 7,700 का है। हाँ वो मैं देख रहा हूँ। हाँ वो मैं देख रहा हूँ, नजर है मेरी।
the final character, Madeline Pryor, who can be featuring epic quest exclusive heroes like Havoc. You can just acquire him real quick here. You can also get the deluxe hero, Hope Summers. Alrighty. Skip that. As you can see,
हाँ
got
ज्यादा ही है।
lots of quests here. Plenty to do. Exodus, who can be acquired through the dimension shift. And lastly, we have the final character, Madeline Pryor, who can be acquired by upgrading all designated characters to Tier 2. You can also acquire Cyclops and Kid Omega Exogene at the stages for time travel. Lastly, we have another deluxe reward for players.
इसमें थोड़ा सा ज्यादा ही कर दिया इन लोगों ने। इतना नहीं करना चाहिए था, ज्यादा कर दिया। 6,600 बहुत हो जाता है। ऑलरेडी 7,700 कर दिया तो बहुत ज्यादा हो गए ये। और कोई मतलब भी नहीं बनता। अगर वो कैरेक्टर ग्रीन गॉब्लिन, जो गॉब्लिन क्वीन है, वो कैरेक्टर अगर टीयर 4 नहीं है, तो इस चीज को लेने में मुझे तो कोई प्रॉफिट नहीं नजर आ रहा। सीधी अगर लैंग्वेज में बोलूँ तो प्रॉफिट।
Let's find that real quick for you. Here we go. Check out this bad boy. A high quality exclusive power saving mode has also been added in Deluxe Pack. So be sure to check out the epic Madeline Pryor. I think she looks pretty awesome. Have this nice little glow effect with her powers there. But enough about that. Let's take a closer look at the heroes who embark on the journey in this epic quest, shall we? First, as you saw in the beginning of the epic quest, you can obtain the new native tier 2 hero Havoc at 1 star upon entering and can upgrade him through the story progression. Havoc, who absorbs cosmic energy into his body and transforms it into plasma, will be available for tier 3 advancement upon release. Check out some of his sweet moves. And he can be used in both PvP and PvE, but performs better in PvP. His first passive is called Energy Lock. It absorbs a small percentage of energy attack, increases all basic attacks, also grants super armor, as well as other buffs you can check in game. Next up, we have his tier 2 passive, Control Advancement, which increases skill and bonus damage by a percentage and decreased damage received by a percent. And then his leader skill is called Energy Buster, a percentage increase of energy attacks to all allies. Let's go ahead and check out a closer look at the powerful son of Cyclops.
कमेंट सेक्शन में काफी लोग इस चीज को लेके क्रिटिसाइज कर रहे हैं कि साइक्लोप टीयर 4 बेकार है। एंड हमको लग रहा था कि नेक्स्ट मंथ का क्वीन का टीयर 4 दे दे। हो भी सकता है गॉब्लिन जो क्वीन है उसको टीयर 4 दे दे। मैं देखो इतना भारी महंगा कैरेक्टर है, ठीक है। अब उसको अगर टीयर 4 नहीं देंगे तो सब लोग सेंट्री टीयर 4 करेंगे, पर गॉब्लिन क्वीन कोई नहीं लेगा, कोई नहीं लेगा। और लॉजिकली अगर अभी सोचा जाए तो गॉब्लिन क्वीन की जरूरत नहीं थी, गॉब्लिन क्वीन की जरूरत नहीं थी। सेंट्री टीयर 4 आएगा ना, सब लोग सेंट्री को टीयर 4 करेंगे। गॉब्लिन क्वीन गई। बाय बाय, गुड नाइट।
Alrighty, comes in, a little bit of a hero landing there. We're gonna jump right into it. Right here in the front, we have our first skill ready to go, which is Energy Bullet Wave. Bam. Alright, one more time. Energy Bullet Wave causes some energy damage. And we're gonna stay right here for skill number 2. We have Infinite Plasma. Infinite Plasma applies paralysis and causes energy damage. Running over here on the right, this is a really fun one to me. Try to get over here. We have Spinning Shockwave. Kind of jumps out of the way there, throws this little shockwave cyclone, if you will. Check it out on the other side. Really like how he jumps back out of danger. Spinning Shockwave applies stun, snare, and incapacitation while applying recovery HP. It increases all basic attacks based on accumulated inflicted damage. Next up, we'll stay right here for skill number 4, which is Plasma Combination. Plasma Combination enables an attacking target that has ignore target effect. It applies silence, incapacitation, as well as silence and paralysis, and applies a percentage chance to penetrate barrier shield and all damage immune, among other buffs. Go here on the left. This is my favorite move of his. Not really any reason in particular, but just because he kind of like just stands there, absorbs some energy, and then blasts it out. I just like that his general presence causes the enemies to kind of have damage. This causes snare and incapacitation, and it also applies all damage immunity, increases all basic attacks, defense, and speed. And lastly, we have his ultimate skill, Maximum Power Release. Speaking of storing energy, let's check it out, shall we? Maximum Power Release, when using the tier 3 skill, Havoc concentrates energy in his right hand and dramatically releases it to crush his enemies. Alright, let's go ahead and jump into the practice combo. We're going to do things a little bit different. I'm going to go ahead and test the skills out myself instead of hitting the preview button. Let's see how we do. Some of the rehearsals I did really good. Some I did not so good. So we'll see how we go. 3, 5, and 4. If you always want to check out the other combos, as you know, check out the practice area yourself. Wish me luck. 3, 5, 4. Nope, that's a fail. Try it one more time just for the sake of practice. Turn off that cooldown. 3, 5, 4. Well, let me know in the comments if you have any tips and tricks, because I'm trying to get better at this. I'm just, still learning. Like I said, I swear during the first time I got them all right. But will you have what it takes to harness Havoc's incredible power?
सच्ची सच्ची बताओ ना, मेरे को कैरेक्टर में देख के दम नहीं लग रहा। वो इंटरेस्टेड ही जाग ही नहीं रहा, भरोसा ही नहीं कर रहा है। मन ही नहीं बोल रहा कि भरोसा करूं इन चीजों पे।
Next up, we have the Messiah of Mutants, Hope Summers. Hero. All basic. No ground destruction quite yet, but I'm sure we'll see it here soon. First skill we have is called Instant Telepathic Blast. I might be in a little bit of a bad position, but let's check it out. Oh, it's not too bad. It also nicely gathers the enemies all together, applies stun, silence, and mind control. Check it out over here one more time. Bam. Next up, now that we've rounded these guys up, we're going to do skill number 2, which is Ground Collapse. Again, also backs up, and there's that beloved ground damage I like so much. Ground damage causes snare and paralysis. Missed the guy on the outside, but that's okay. Over here on the left, these guys are going to check out skill number 3, which is called Ability Mimic. This is another fun one. With some fire, some ice, lightning. Nice little combination. Ability Mimic applies burn, shock, and silence, and decreases all basic defenses. Let's check it out one last time. Also applies all damage and immunity, increases basic attack to self. Skill number 4, running back up to the front here, we have Gatling Combination. There's that after image, little Maybe she's moving so fast that you see her, the glow of her power. One more time. Gatling combination causes stun and paralysis and recovers a small amount of HP and invincible for a few seconds and increases all basic damage for one attack. And next up, we have skill number 5. We'll go over here. There's a nice little bundle of guys. This move is called Hope in Cable. So, as you can guess, Cable jumps in, causing burn and bleed, increases all basic attacks, defense, as well as speed and crit rate. Let's check that one out one more time. And lastly, we have her Awaken skill. Stay right here. Make it easy. This is called Spark of Hope. And now we have mentioned before, have a couple of the Phoenix Force joining in the battle. This causes burn and fracture and mind blast and applies crit rate increase among other buffs. And let's go ahead and check out her combos as well. Alrighty, this is a longer one. So here goes nothing. 2, 5, 3, and 4. 2, 5, 3, 4. Oh, so close. One last time. For practice sake. 2, 5, 3, 4. Be sure to check out those combos for yourself, and we hope.
ये लाइव स्ट्रीम के बीच में अचानक से लोग कहाँ चले गए? लोग गायब दिख रहे हैं। एक ही बंदा दिख रहा है वहाँ पर। ये क्या हुआ? 3 बंदे दिखा रहा है। पता नहीं क्या ग्लिच है।
Hope you look forward to trying out this mutant in action. Next up, we have Exodus, who holds the belief that mutants upward and when basic defense of the elite. The whole team is mutant. Alrighty then. His first skill, high speed flash, and as you would imagine, it's pretty quick. Bam, just like that. Turn off the skill countdown as always. One more time. High speed flash causes energy damage. Next up, skill number 2, Light of Judgment. Really like the gather of the power there. Hesitates for a second and slams down. Light of Judgment applies silence. Skill number 3 is called Shield of Belief. It's cool little purple orbs slamming down with authority. Shield of Belief causes incapacitation and paralysis, recovers a percentage of HP, and barrier increases all basic attacks, defense, speed, and crit rate. And one last time. Alright. I'm going to stay right here for skill number 4, which is Power Snare. Another good one that kind of gathers everyone together there. Power Snare will apply silence and paralysis while granting invincibility and an increased all basic damage by a percentage for one attack. And moving on to skill number 5. This is my favorite of his. This one is called Creation and Destruction. As you'll see in a moment why. He kind of pulls up, gathers up some materials, and creates this epic bomb and unloads on his enemies. Creation and Destruction will cause stun, burn, paralysis, and decrease all basic defenses among other buffs. We're going to go and jump into his practice combos as well, and wish me luck one more time. I'm just nervous being live, so I'm probably going to mess it up once again, but that's okay. 3, 5, and 4. 3, 5, 4. See? It's that last one every time. Alright, let's do it again. 3, 5, 4. See, I'm too slow that time. That's okay. Be sure to check out his combo. Maybe you'll master it. Any tips and tricks for timing are surely needed. And we can't wait to see Exodus in action. And next, the new double cost Native 2 Tier 2 hero available in Tier 3 is Madeline Pryor.
मैं बता रहा हूँ, ये लाइव स्ट्रीम खत्म होने के बाद में ना इतना जूम करके देखूंगा, वैसे गेम में अपडेट आने तो फिर तो जूम ही जूम करूंगा। लोल।
Check out this epic villain joining Marvel Future Fight. She can be acquired, as you saw earlier, by upgrading all designated heroes to Tier 2 in Epic Quest Goblin Queen. Now, Madeline Pryor was created through a genetic manipulation as a clone of Jean Grey, and she can materialize her own energy or use the goblins from the Limbo Dimension to attack her enemies. Her passive is called Hellish Magic, which have the chance to penetrate super armor, barrier, shield, and all damage immune, invincible, and increase additional pierce damage and super armor. Her other passive is called Spell of Protection, which applies an increase to all resistance, skill, and bonus damage by a percentage, as well as a decrease to basic damage received. And her leader skill is called Queen's Will. This removes all debuffs for your allies. And by looking at her passive and leader skills, you can tell she's going to be performing great in PvP. So let's check out this brand new superhero on the field. Alrighty.
ओके,
Another slow and menacing.
मोहतरमा आ गई है। मोहतरमा जलवे दिखाने वाली है, तो चलिए मोहतरमा का जलवा देखते हैं। आइए देखते हैं जलवा।
Walk up to the battle line. We jump right into it here. We have our first skill, which is a light touch. Bam. Light touch will apply a high percentage of energy attack and energy damage. As always, turn off that combo, and one more time for everybody. Awesome. All right, for this next skill, I'm going to go ahead and turn on AI for a second. This is a fun one to me. All right, so everyone's running around. Skill number 2 is called Thorn of the Abyss. All right, one more time. Nope, don't got me. Bam. All right, turn that off. They're all nicely glued together. Thorn of the Abyss will counterattack enemies and attacks into the target, ignoring target's effect. It also applies bleed, incapacitation, and paralysis to enemies, recovers some HP, and guarantees all damage immunity, increases basic attacks for 1 attack. And now that we have everyone nice and gathered here, we're going to check out skill number 3, which is called Summon Demon. All right, there in the middle. Sure, let's go. Nice little circle there, and all those goblin hands come
सीधी भाषा में बोलूँ तो सटाना का और स्कारलेट विच का कॉम्बो लग रहा है। सटाना स्कारलेट विच का कॉम्बो।
up to it. Assist her in battle. Summon Demon will apply bleed, silence, and decrease all basic defenses of an enemy. It applies barrier to self and accumulates pure damage when attacking, and increases all basic attacks based upon the accumulated damage. Alright, skill number 4. Since everyone's here, we're just going to stay right in this little zone. Skill number 4 is called Wings of Vengeance. This applies fracture, incapacitation, and panic to enemies. It grants HP.
मेरा एक डायलॉग है, ये क्या है? ये क्या है? ये क्या है?
Recovery, invincibility, and increases all basic attacks, defense, speed, and crit rate. Alright, and now skill number 5 is called Goblin Queen's Wrath. Wouldn't want to be caught up in those spikes. Let's do it right here in the center. Alright. Goblin's Queen Wrath will apply bleed, paralysis, and incapacitation enemies, granting all damage immunity and increase in all base.
भाई इसके एनिमेशन बहुत खराब है, एंड डैमेज की तो मैं बात ही नहीं कर रहा। बहुत 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 ज्यादा इसका एनिमेशन खराब है, बहुत। और एनिमेशन का जो टाइमिंग होता है, मान लो कि 5 से 6 सेकंड का है, 6 से 8 सेकंड का है, ये कुछ भी नहीं है, कुछ भी नहीं है भाई।
Basic attacks to self. And lastly, we have her ultimate skill. It's called Queen's Judgment. When using the tier 3 skill, Housing massive psychic powers, Madeline Pryor appears sitting in her throne and uses her own energy to strike her enemy.
इसके हिट्स बड़े मुश्किल से 600-700 टच कर रहे हैं। मैंने अभी तक स्किल एनिमेशन यूज़ करके नहीं देखा है, बट जितना भी स्क्रीन के ऊपर में, उसको देख के मैं इतना बोल सकता हूँ कि ये कैरेक्टर को सीरियसली टीयर 4 की ज़रूरत है। टीयर 4 के बिना ये कैरेक्टर काम नहीं करेगी, प्लस इसके स्किल्स एनिमेशन में इम्प्रूवमेंट चाहिए।
Yes. Let's check out that one more time.
टीयर 3 स्किल में ब्लैक विडो का कॉपी करके डाला है। लिटरली ब्लैक विडो का कॉपी करके डाला है, टीयर 3 स्किल में। क्लियर? क्लियर? ब्लैक विडो का स्किल का जैसा सेम स्किल डाला है। कॉपी पेस्ट। और लास्ट वाले एनिमेशन में जेंगर का कॉपी पेस्ट करके डाला है थोड़ा-सा।
Yes. We're going to go ahead and check out her dev recommended combos as well. There are two here. One is a little bit simpler one that I'll be trying, and there's another one with the ultimate skill no rotation. So the one I'm doing is 3, 5, and 4. There's another one that's 6, 3, 5, and 4. But again, we're going to go with the easier one because we're still figuring this out. I should be better already. And 3, 5, and 4. There we go. Success. Finally. Awesome. We can't wait to see this powerful new supervillain in action. Alrighty. Lastly, this hero has become even more powerful with the addition of a new uniform. Rachel Summers of the Summer family has crossed through time and space to create a better future. Inheriting the power of her mother, Rachel Summers is a superhero who possesses the limitless power of the Phoenix Force. I personally am a big fan of hers. All of her powers are really cool. She summons the Phoenix or attacks her enemies using the fire of the Phoenix Force. She gives mind resistance and removes all buffs to Phoenix Force allies. And her awakened passive is Phoenix Aurora, increases guaranteed dodge rate, increased skill damage. Her second passive is called Inherited Power, which grants immunity to mind control and charm effects with a high percentage chance to become immune to mind damage. And lastly, her leader skill is called Phoenix Majesty. When debuffed, increase mind resistance to all Phoenix Force allies, as well as removing debuffs. Let's go ahead and also check out her skills in game, shall we? See, really cool landing even. But yeah, I'm a big fan of Rachel Summers. Didn't even know it till recently, but that's okay. First up, skill number 1 is Psionic Debuff. Psionic Debuff applies stun and deals fire damage. Check out one more time over here. Skill number 2 is called Burning Illusion. Another one of those dodging back after and laying down some damage. Burning Illusion applies burn, snare, paralysis to enemies, and gives bearer to self. Third skill is called Black Hole. Love the little space effects. I'm a big space fan if you haven't been able to tell. Black Hole applies stun, fear, snare, and decreases all basic defense to enemies and grants immunity to all debuff and increase in fire damage to self. Alrighty, over here on the left, these guys deserve a little action as well. Skill number 4 is called Phoenix Call. Alright, and one more time. Phoenix Call decreases fire resistance and applies burn, mind control and incapacitation, paralysis, and gives invincibility to self. Skill number 5 is going to be Phoenix Awakening. Alright, so this one is a little bit different from her last skill 5s, and it's a fun one as well. I'm going to try to hit everybody in each region. Let's check this out, shall we? Let's get y'all. Oh, yeah, I got them all. Okay. Let's try from the center this time to do that one. That was fun. Let's go. Bam. This causes burn and stuns enemies and recovers a percentage of HP, increases all basic attacks, defense, speed, and crit rate, and also grants all damage immunity. And lastly, we have her Awaken skill. Similar to the other members of the Phoenix Force, we have Phoenix Volcano. Have a couple of members joining in. Phoenix Volcano causes burn, fracture, and mind blast. Also increases crit rate, crit damage, ignores target dodge rate, and more. One last time for everybody. Alrighty. And there you have it. All the new characters coming to this update. We hope you look forward to checking her out in game. Alrighty. In this update, the only new uniform is going to be Rachel Summers from X-Men Days of Future Past, and the uniform options include Colossus from Hellfire Gala, Kitty Pryde from the Red Queen, and of course, the family member Cable from Heart of Darkness. But don't be disappointed, there's some great news. There will be a 40% discount on all X-Men uniforms for this update. So will Rachel Summers be able to change the future of the mutant race? Well, now, before we move on, let's meet the heroes who have received a Tier 4 advancement in potential transcendence. All right, Cyclops, who helps Professor X to lead the X-Men, has gained new powers, having become even more tough through Tier 4 advancement. He performs well in PvE, especially as a leader in support. Cyclops explosively releases his energy to unleash a devastating attack on his enemies. And of course, we have the mutant troublemaker, Kid Omega. He's also gained new skills. Being an Omega level mutant and telepath, Kid Omega unites with Rachel and Hope Summers and uses the power of the Phoenix Force to attack his enemies. And we look forward as well to Cyclops and Kid Omega, who also fight for the peace of mutants with their new power.
ये ये क्या है? ये क्या है? केविन फाइगी सर को अटैक करना, ये जुलूम हो रहा है.
But it's not over yet, agents. New items that will further enhance heroes' performance have also been added to this update, so let's check them out. Alrighty, then 5 new types of Odin's blessings will be added. The new Odin's blessings are Flame, Chill, Lightning, Poison, and Mind, and each come with 2 options. All basic attack increase and elemental damage increase for their respective abilities. The new Odin's blessings will especially make heroes.
रुक 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 रुक. ये पक्का वर्ल्ड बॉस लेजेंड में डालने वाले हैं. 5 डाले ना इन लोगों ने. पक्का 100% वर्ल्ड बॉस लेजेंड में ऐड करेंगे. करो बेटा करो, मेरे को भी निकालने हैं. करो, मैं भी चाहता हूँ ये हाई मिले मेरे को. ऑल बेसिक अटैक प्लस फायर डैमेज, कोल्ड डैमेज, lightning डैमेज, पॉइजन डैमेज एंड माइंड डैमेज. शाबाश 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 शाबाश. लेकिन अगर पेड पैकेजेस में डाला, मेरी चप्पल है और नेटमाबल है, बीच में कोई नहीं आना. बीच में कोई नहीं आना. मेरी चप्पल है और नेटमाबल है, बीच में कोई नहीं आना.
With elemental damage even more powerful. For example, Thor and Odin, who deal lightning damage and perform well in PvE, or Jean Grey, who deals fire damage and excels in both PvP and PvE, come to mind. So be sure to equip the new Odin's blessings to the appropriate heroes and upgrade those heroes. All right. Along with the update, there'll be some various improvements that have also been prepared. So let's just jump right into that, shall we? All right. We're going to check out a new filtering feature similar to the one we used in the My Team has been added for those who have experienced difficulties finding heroes that meet conditions for challenges in the dispatch mission and more. So you can go and check out abilities. We can just take a random here, Cosmic Cube. You can now conveniently search for uniforms with the necessary options. You can also, I'm going to go ahead and enter World Boss here. Okay. Bam, bam. Lastly, the uniform effects and abilities will now be displayed in the character overview. So you can take a look here, click here, and check all the necessary details. This will allow you to use your heroes with advantages and effects and abilities according to the situation. All righty. Let us know in the comments below what you think. Alrighty, everybody, we have looked into the main changes of the January update so far, and of course there'll be more details and improvements that were not discussed through the live stream. So be sure to check out the update details in the notice that we posted in the community forum. And now, the moment you've been waiting for! It's time for the event coupons. The code can be used in the main lobby, as you know, and if you're an Android user, go to Settings, Info, and Coupon for Android users. And of course, if you're an iOS and Apple user, check out the coupon registration page on our forum. Usually it's entered in the chat right about now. The coupon code is Goblin Queen. There we go, right there. Goblin Queen, all one word, and it's valid until 1:13/6:59 a.m. PST. So as you know, be sure to enter the code quickly since it will expire soon. Well, there you have it. Thank you for joining us. I hope you're excited as we are for the January Goblin Queen update. Be sure to follow our social media channels and forums for everything Marvel Future Fight. Leave a comment, let us know what you'd like to see in the future. And thank you everyone for coming to our live stream this Friday, or every live stream. Goodbye everyone. This is 3RL signing off. We'll see you next time.
पैच नोट आज आने वाले हैं कि या टाइम लगेगा आने में? भूख तो लगी है यार, कुछ खाया भी नहीं है। ठीक है, यही सही। मेरे को पता है क्या, पहले से मेरे को डाउट लग रहा था, ये जरूर कुछ ना कुछ गड़बड़ करेंगे, और मेरे को उसी चीज का डर था। और ये गड़बड़ किया इन लोगों ने। उसी चीज का मेरे को गड़बड़ लग रहा था। दिख क्यों नहीं रहा है? नहीं दिख रहा क्या? ठीक है, देखा तो। ठीक है, अब आ गया। अब आ जाएगा। ठीक है, तो अब देखते क्या हो सकता है। बाकी तो मेरे को एक्सपेक्टेशन तो अपडेट से ना के बराबर ही है। ज्यादा कुछ है नहीं खास। कंस्ट्रक्शन का साउंड तो नहीं आ रहा है ना? ठीक है, मतलब नॉइस कैंसलेशन वर्क कर रहा है, ठीक है, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है। हम्म 10 10 11 15 बंदे के ऊपर नहीं आया लाइव स्ट्रीम में। लगता है सबको पता था गड़बड़ घोटाला होने वाला है। मेरे को तो पहले से पता था, मैं स्टाफ कम्युनिटी के साथ में डिस्कशन कर रहा था, तब उसमें भी मेरे को थोड़ा सा डाउट लगा कि कुछ ना कुछ गड़बड़ है इधर। डिस्कनेक्ट तो नहीं होगा? चल, चल। तो लैग कर रहा है क्या? तो फिर तो लैग कर रहा है। तुम लोग को ओपिनियन बताओ, तुम लोग को क्या क्या लग रहा है? अवेकन नहीं दिया वो तो चलो ठीक है, अवेकन नहीं दिया, लेकिन अगर अवेकन देते ना तो खत्म। मेरे को डेयरडेविल टीयर 4 चाहिए। मेरे को ये ग्रीन गॉब्लिन, जो क्या नाम है इसका, ग्रीन गॉब्लिन क्वीन, ये मेरे को टीयर 4 नहीं चाहिए। मैं लिटरली बता रहा हूँ, मैं 7,700 क्रिस्टल नहीं देने वाला। मेरे पास अभी 8,200 के आसपास क्रिस्टल है, ठीक है। और मैं ऐसे थर्ड क्लास कैरेक्टर को मैं अपने क्रिस्टल नहीं दूंगा। ऑलरेडी जब मेरे पास में जेंग्रे है, तो मैं जेंग्रे के कॉपी के पास क्यों जाऊंगा। और जब मेरे को पता है कि सामने से टीयर 4 सेंट्री टीयर 4 आने वाला है, तो वो तो गॉब्लिन क्वीन को सरपास कर देगा। तो ऐसे कंडीशन में मैं बिल्कुल भी रिस्क नहीं लूंगा। यहाँ पर मैं गॉब्लिन क्वीन नहीं लूंगा। नहीं, नो रिस्क। और ये जो क्या नाम है इसका, साइक्लॉप, ये साइक्लॉप के कैरेक्टर को जबरदस्ती टीयर 4 दिया गया। कोई मतलब नहीं था, मैं इसके पहले भी बोला, साइक्लॉप को टीयर 4 नहीं देना चाहिए, कोई खास कैरेक्टर है ही नहीं। जबरदस्ती का इसको टीयर 4 दिया गया। क्या मतलब था रे टीयर 4 देने का। फालतू में बेमतलब का टीयर 4 देके क्या क्या मिला, क्या मिला क्या। फालतू का बेफिजूल का खर्चा। सपोर्ट लीड कैरेक्टर है, बेमतलब इसको टीयर 4 दे रहे। वो हेला को भी टीयर 4 दिया था बेमतलब का।
Her passive is called Hellish
इसमें इसका क्या नाम था कैरेक्टर का, साइक्लोप। साइक्लोप का टीयर 4 दिखाया था क्या। साइक्लोप का टीयर 4 का इन लोगों ने दिखाया नहीं ना, हाइड करके रखा हुआ है।
Oh yeah, damage immunity. Oh. Even more powerful. For example, Thor and Odin, who deal lightning damage and perform well in PvE, equip the new Odin's Blessing.
देख, अभी कौन है, पीके मस्कल। पीके मस्कल भाई, अगर मैं सही से बताऊं ना, तो आप अभी कुछ मत लो। लिटरली कुछ मत लो। सेंट्री टीयर 4 आएगा ना, और डायरेक्ट सेंट्री को ही करना। अभी किसी को भी कुछ मत करो। सेंट्री आपको ऑलमोस्ट फ्री में पड़ेगा। आपके 6,600 क्रिस्टल वेट वेस्ट नहीं होंगे। सेंट्री फ्री में पड़ेगा आपको। बस उसका यूनिफॉर्म का खर्चा उठाना पड़ेगा। बाकी तो फिर उसका टीयर 4 का कॉस्ट तो तुम उठा ही सकते हो। ठीक है, तो सेंट्री के ऊपर अपग्रेड करना। जेंग के पीछे मत भागो, एडम के पीछे मत भागो। अपने क्रिस्टल बचाओ। क्रिस्टल बचाने पे फोकस करो सब लोग। नहीं तो फिर ना क्रिस्टल बचेंगे ना कैरेक्टर मिलेगा। ऐसी वाली सिचुएशन ना हो जाए। इनने बस साइक्लोप का टीयर 4 का ही दिखाया है, इसके अंदर कैरेक्टर नहीं दिखाया। इनको पता था गालियां पड़ेगी, तो नहीं दिखाया। ओके, देखते हैं कहाँ है। अप्रूव, कौन है? डिक्लाइन, अप्रूव, 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 अप्रूव। चलो ठीक है। हो गया लाइव स्ट्रीम खत्म, सब देख के हो गया। बाकी तो 1000 क्वेश्चंस बट रहे हैं, कलेक्ट कर लो। फेसबुक ग्रुप ज्वाइन कर लेना, नहीं किया तो ज्वाइन कर लो। एंड काफी सारे क्रिस्टल्स मिल रहे हैं वहां पर, तो जाओ लपेट लो, फेसबुक फ्रेंड बनाओ और क्रिस्टल कलेक्ट कर लो। और मेरी वीडियो को लाइक नहीं करते हो तो लाइक करो, शेयर नहीं करते हो तो शेयर करो, सब्सक्राइब नहीं करते हो तो सब्सक्राइब करो। 63% या 60% पीपल नॉट सब्सक्राइब माई चैनल। वीडियो तो देखते हैं पर सब्सक्राइब नहीं करते, भाई सब्सक्राइब कर दिया करो यार। चलो लाइव स्ट्रीम खत्म करते हैं, ठीक है। तो दुआ में याद रखना, चलता हूँ। ठीक है, आज का लाइव स्ट्रीम बस यही था।